Alright, how's it going everybody? Today we're going to be doing another Nomad survival weapon skill guide build. We're down to our two last weapon skills here. Gonna be Spectral Sword and the Great Divider, which both of them, not the most insane abilities in the world, but they're pretty alright. And this one's gonna be on Spectral Sword. Spectral Sword is an ability that a weapon skill, perfect, pops up, that mimics your special ability with no knockback and the amount is unmodifiable. So it mimics your weapon skill, so it's going to be shooting this 3 little orbs around me, or around itself, and the amount's unmodifiable, so even if I get duplication, it's not going to go up, and it has no knockback. So if your ability has knockback, this won't give it any. And I'm going to try to go out of my way to not pick up too many weapon skills if I can avoid it, outside of Fireball. And I'm going to use Fireball for my boss damage. Because the Crusader's weapon ability isn't the easiest nor most consistent thing in the world to hit. I pick up Ascension because it's actually a passive, it's not really a weapon skill. That's the biggest lie in the world. Ascension's fantastic. You can go watch my Ascension build guide, which it's a much shorter video than all my other ones because all I did was hit Ascension and then get the relics, just to show you guys all of the stat bonuses you get from Ascension, and it is a significant and healthy amount of stats. Let me tell you, definitely worthwhile ability. If you don't know what passives to get, I definitely recommend it. Because it kind of does like all the passives for you, so it's a little bit, not less stressful, but it really saves you the brain power. If you don't want to think about what to get, just grab Ascension and you're good to go. I was also wanting to go projectile speed, because I think that would be fun. See how fast we can get our little orbs to spin. With all the damage passives I got really early there, doing a nice amount of consistent damage for the beginning of the game. So I am just hopeful that we get a relic. I have had such bad luck with relics for this build. This is my 6th playthrough here, and they just don't want to show up. I only got the first relic once on my first playthrough. I got the first relic relatively early on, and I just was not lucky enough to hit it again. So hopefully this could be like, my Chain Light Chalk build guide, where I got 8 relics for the same ability, Chain Light Chalk. If you ever want to go laugh, or if you ever want to guarantee that you'll see a relic for a skill you have, just focus on Chain Light Chalk. It's going to pop up every single time. Without a doubt, you will see it. So disgusting. So unfair, truly. Wow, that wipes the whole screen. I thought it only hit what was close to you. Nice, we got it really early on. Perfect. Wow, yeah, so I didn't know that the skull actually wiped everything that was alive. I thought that it just hit what was on your screen. But if you saw, I hit the skull up here and the portal actually was dead. So the more you know. That's pretty nice. Does not work on bosses though. You still gotta take care of those yourself. I'm taking damage like a bozo, but it's so fun to just walk through everything. Oh, this is fun. This is one of my favorite things to get the SP regen on, because you look like a tornado. It is so much fun. That's what it could be if we had unlimited, you know, mana. I feel like when this boss spawns, there's normally not this many mobs. Perfect. Alright, we don't have to think about it anymore. Nice. Okay. So, to show you guys what the relics do. The first one is that it occasionally slashes on its own, and the second one is just that it slashes twice. So if you can see here, the sword, it does this little circle, like, slice, basically, which does good damage. No complaints there. The damage is actually super nice. The only problem is that it's not something you can aim, so it's not really the most consistent damage in the world. I'm not sure if I've ever gotten it to level 10 before. Well, I've gotten it to level 10, but I don't think it's something I paid attention to. And I certainly didn't have the relic, so I'm interested to see what it's going to look like. I feel like I might have to get... Oh, gosh, this is so much fun. I might have to get another weapon skill, because I feel like I'm not doing enough AoE right now. Unless I have one. If I have that, I could do whatever. I could stand still. The game's over. No one can touch me. We'll get some chain light chuck. That'll keep everyone away. Oh, also, the reason I'm moving so fast is because I got the Ascension First Relic, which gives you 50% move speed increase when you are using Ascension. So when you turn yellow, that's how you know Ascension's active. See, look, dude, Chain Light Shock's just like, oh, you picked me. I guess I'll give you a relic, sure. Then I just got the second one, which is for Ascension, which weapon skill damage +4 while active. That's a very large increase in damage. Oh, so good. See, like, I wish I had this when there was large amounts of mob spawning. There's just not. And it makes me sad. I feel like I'm underutilizing. Wow, I'm getting that so much. I very rarely get this. I have no idea why I'm getting it so much this game. Not complaining, just confused. So normally something like that wouldn't happen. These bugs are so annoying. It's like, when you don't have crazy damage to take care of those things and they actually get to where you're standing, they are the most obnoxious thing in the world. It's not like they're like difficult or anything, it's just pure inconvenience. I know these are supposed to be pitchforks, but it's just like, I just think it's like a fork. We got forks, we got spoons, which I know they're hammers, I think. No, they're axes. I guess they're technically animated weapons. All I can think of is RuneScape when I think about that. I forget I can roll. Wow, I have 100 rerolls. Whoopsies. So I do 219 with my special ability, while Ascension's not active, and when Ascension is active, I'm hitting for 280. So that's a significant increase. Let's see what Ascension does. This is actually something I was wondering. I was wondering what Ascension does when you get a third relic. Mount +1 while active. Well, that's huge. Oh, and a portal was here too. That's cool. Nice, and we get to see what a relic does. So let's see what a relic does for Spectral Sword. Base damage +1. Okay, so it's just like, wow, whoopsies. It's just like any other weapon skill. For the most part, after you get the first 2 relics, you know, you'll have your first one that has some impact on the weapon skill, and then the second one, which will generally have some type of effect similar to what it does at level 10. And then everyone after that is generally just plus base damage. Colorless Glyph is +2, where most of the other skills are +1. I'm not sure why Colorless Glyph. Oh, this looks nice. I don't know why Colorless Glyph itself is +2. I don't know. Kinda OP, but won't complain. I wonder if this like character just has a higher drop rate of that SP regen boost. I don't know, I wonder if that's something that's part of the game. It's like I have so many questions, and it's so hard because if nobody ever tells you, like the people that make the game, all you can do is speculate unless you want to run like thousands and thousands of trials. And I just say it's such a large amount because, you know, it's how science works. Can't really base anything off, you know, 10 gameplay, or 10 rounds, sorry, or even 100 really. So it's like several thousand maybe. Yeah, dude, Ascension is so good. My DPS just goes through the roof when Ascension is going. And you get HP regen. You get 3 levels of HP regen just in that one level of Ascension. So strong. I think I'm not gonna go for the chest at 20. I generally tell people not to go for the chest at 20 just because of all the other factors going on with the map and how that impacts your ability to move when the boss at 21 spawns. Generally, if I'm playing Cultist, I'll go for it just because Cultist can one-shot all of the portals. Oh, it's in the middle, so can't complain. Well, that worked out. I wonder if that gives me +1 amount again. That'd be nuts. Let's see. Wow, it is an amount +1. That's crazy. That's really strong. So Ascension Relics are always worthwhile to pick up after the first 2, I gotta say. Amount +1 is a very impactful skill. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't particularly have like crazy damage or anything like that. It's actually going pretty well. Nice. So now I have 2 swords. Yeah, I'll take Colorless Glyph. I wasn't sure what the level 10 did. So now I have 2 swords. So now I have 3 of my weapon skills going. Or sorry, my special abilities going. I call them weapon skills, I don't know why. So that's pretty strong. I gotta say, this would be absolutely insane with the Cultist, oh my. You'd have such insane clear. Not that this is bad, this is pretty good clear also. Honestly, this would be good on any character. It'd be fun to see with the Ratfolk Archer. Oh yeah, and then my ascension damage up like increase. That's not even including the +4 from the relic because it's not level 10. So that's just the base damage increase that it gives you from getting the levels. I think I'm only like level 5 or 6 right now. Yeah, level 3. I want to get it, but I also kind of want to get colorless glyph really far up there. Just like look how big the circle is. Just from these like first couple of levels. Absolutely insane. You know, normally I would say take the experience, but we're so late in the game, it's not really that important anymore. It is important, but just, you're probably only going to get like 10 more levels at this point, so I wouldn't even worry about it. It would maybe change how many levels you get by like 1, so at that point it's not worth putting the point in, if that makes sense. What's our last relic gonna be? Oof, tempting. I want to see if I can get colorless glyph. Unfortunate. Didn't get anything worthwhile. Yeah, just look at how insanely big this colorless glyph circle is. Once you hit it to max level, it's actually the size of the screen, and then some. You don't even know how big it is. And then if you add in a skill size, oh my lord. Oh yeah, the second relic, by the way, for Spectral Sword makes it to where the secondary sword also does the attack. Normally it would only be the primary sword, whichever was the first one that you spawned in, that would do the little attack with the first relic, but with the second relic they both get to attack. This is a pretty good combo. Colorless glyph and then the Crusader special ability. Just kind of creates this bubble of safety. I think my favorite part about colorless glyph is that half of the skill points just increase the skill size. I'm pretty sure the first relic also just doubles the size. Yeah, size doubled. I think Gasman would love this. It's like garlic on steroids. Oh yeah, that's the other good thing about Ascension. Is that it has so many +1 amounts in it. I'm sad because I didn't get Ascension to level 10, so I don't get to, well actually, it might not matter. Yeah, I actually still get the +1 amounts, never mind. I was gonna say it might not give you the plus amounts because you're not level 10, but I don't think it has any impact outside of that second relic, which specifically reads level 10. I'm interested to see how this last boss fight will go. I feel like it might take a little while, but I think it's going to be one of the safer boss fights I've done against death on this map. Because I could just honestly run away as long as I avoid the red circles of death. See, death's pretty good in this one because it's kind of really annoying to like avoid all of the abilities, but you also can't go too far away because you might get hit by the outside ones. Anyways, This is kind of nuts. I took 1 point of chain light shock and got 1 relic, and it's still 2 times almost the damage of Spectral Sword, which is one of the abilities I got up very early, and I also had 3 relics for. That's kind of sad. If you really want to put it this way, I mean, technically it's like 7 million DPS with the weapon skill and Spectral Sword, because they all kind of do go together. But I'm kind of a little disappointed with the damage. I wasn't expecting a lot from this, but the fact that Chain Light Shock was only level 1 proves that it's kind of too good, and 2, that Spectral Sword's a little underwhelming, because Fireball was even almost close to its DPS. Fireball was level 4, I think, and it only hits like 6 things at a time, so kind of disappointing, but overall it's okay. I'd probably give the build like a 5 of 10. It doesn't have any cool aesthetics or anything like that, unless your special ability is kind of nifty. But other than that, yeah, 5 of 10. If you guys like the build, let me know down below. Other than that, we got one more weapon skill ability build, and then I will be moving on to a couple of ideas that I have for this game, before possibly moving on to your next game. So until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you.